68.46, 68.46. Upside resistance at 55, 62, 71, 81, and 90. Downside support at 36, 25, 17, 09, 68 even. Pivot 46, support 36, 29, 25, 17, 09, and 68 even. Upside at 55, 62, 71, 81, and 90. All right, market here kind of quiet for the most part, obviously. Today they start their meeting. Tomorrow they come up with their results for the FOMC. Bonds made a nice recovery here, as you can see, after breaking all day yesterday and coming back here very nicely. Now we'll see what happens here. We come quickly up here to the 55 area. 55.75 is the settlement price. All right, just kind of working this 55 area here a little. All right, so nice little quick rotation there. We are trying to scalp these markets for a couple points, 2-3 points, depending on your risk tolerance, and also, we take a little bit more out of it depending on how many contracts you trade. Those are all individualized things. As you can see here, we're turning over here a little bit and very nicely against our first resistance area here at 55. And a nice little opportunity there for a quick scalping opportunity. All right, there you go, Michael. Good way to start the morning. We're trying to stay short. Here's a good way of taking a little bit more than 2 or 3 points out of trade, depending on how many contracts you trade. Everybody here has different risk tolerances, as you can imagine. Nobody here trades the same way, so you have to maximize profit according to your risk tolerance. Very important. Everybody here trades. Nobody here trades the same. Good to know. All right, quickly coming back on here. If you're trying to stay short against that 55, you're doing a good job. Let's see here if we have any other numbers coming out. Um, 9 o'clock, the JOLTS report, which is the Labor Department's last kind of what do you call it? Employment indicator that the FOMC is going to have here. The JOLTS report is the Jobs Openings and Labor Turnover Survey. So that's coming out here at 9 o'clock. That could be a little bit of a market mover depending on, that's what one of the factors that the Fed looks at for determining interest rates. And since we haven't had any unemployment numbers this month, this is the only one that they technically hit. All right, coming back down here to our pivot area here. If you try to stay short, a nice run back here. You have a trailing stop with any of your shorts. That way you can maximize profits if we have a nice rotation against one of our levels. Yields on the ends, the 4.16. So on the high end of this range, but considering after yesterday, not too bad of a nice rotation, nice recovery after yesterday's sell-off. All right, coming back up here to these interim highs, 17 handle. Wow. I guess because we broke a little. All right, come back up here to the 55. Where the next level that we're looking at is up at 62. See our green band and our 5 minute coming in there around 61. Our blue band and our hourly coming in there at 63 and a half, 64. So a little back up there to the 62, top and bottom. See if we get up there though. Been very, very, very quiet. We'll continue to rally here, looking at the 62 area next. And the JOLTS report coming out here at 9 o'clock could be a little bit of a market mover. All right, we're gonna try to continue to uptick here. All right, uptick in here, coming up here to we got 62 area. VIX is trading at 17 handle. Gets it. Yeah, that makes sense. We broke a little bit yesterday. All right, 62 area, our next resistance area. See if we want to get up here or not. And inching its way up here a little bit. Again, a green band is coming in right in here. So if you're a little aggressive. Oh, well, if you did get in there at 60 and a half, got a nice little rotation there. Going right back down there to our blue band. Thought we were going to get that 61, but the 60 and a half did right up to our green band and the hourly. We talked about that earlier. Okay, well, careful there at 61 if we go back up there. If you had 61. It's good. It was, we had layers of resistance up there, so a good entry point there. All right, so somebody got in there a little early and took advantage of that little quick flush. We did go right back down to our blue band if you wanted to find a reason to get long there. It popped right down there and came back up. So blue band's holding. Gotta watch those little opportunities there when they present themselves. Nice. Again, be careful here if one of you are looking to get in early around 62. Like I said, 63, 64 area, the blue band and our hourly is coming in. So maybe a little back up there if you're looking for something. All right, going back up here to these the 62 area. Be careful here. 61. You're going to scale in. We like to scale in around here. Well, I do, in case we're not going to be perfect. Sometimes we're not going to be perfect. That's why I was thinking that if somebody got in there a little early against the 60, I go 61, 62, and 63, got up to 60 and a half there. And so I did not get my first entry point, but 61 now is a little bit tenuous. If we get up there, we'll probably do 62 or even 63 because we have some quasi resistance up there, about 63 and a half, 64. So a little back up. All right, back here at these interim highs. See where we want to go. You got to be careful there at 61 if you're going to do anything. A little bit more riskier, very much riskier. If you look at 62 or even 63, depending on your risk tolerance, or if you're very risk averse, you don't do anything at all. Still didn't get the 61. All right, so be careful there. Definitely the 61 is going to be any good now for sure. That's terrible. All right, yeah, it is what it is. You got to make adjustments according to price action. We always talk about that. Do we have a number? 9 o'clock. Okay, now we're coming up here. Got 62, but it's a little bit more tenuous because of the price action. If you're a little aggressive, maybe 62, 63 area. Otherwise, wait for next level on the upside, which is up at 71. Yeah, well, we're here at 62. Let's see what it wants to do. And maybe trade it a little bit smaller and what happens. Just make sure you keep your stop in place. Not going to love any trade we put on. And if you're working 62 area, see what it wants to do. If you're not taking it, maybe you got 63. It's going to get up here, I guess. And either way, you're going to keep your stop in place. Like I said, the blue band and hourly coming in there at 64, so a couple layers of resistance up here. Would have been nice to get to 63, but no. All right, well, we're just going to hang it up here. Yeah, I got to make a decision whether you take smaller profits. Almost gave us down to, almost got us down to 60 there. Just kind of stopped. 60 and change, came back up here. And we're getting this little area here. If you are, that's good. If you're not, that's fine. Wait for the 71 area next. Well, if you made the adjustment up to 63 there, you did good. And we're trying to get down to just nibble at 60 there. So again, give you another chance to get out. And if you get to 63, you got a couple of points. Again, we suggested adjusting your entry point there against the 62 area for the reasons we talked about. All right, definitely having some resistance up here against the 63, 62 area. Again, had a couple chances there to get out of your trades there. Maybe you're able to take something out of it, hopefully. But definitely made a little bit of an adjustment. You got a couple points there against 63. They were working at 62, went down to 60, nibbled at it, but did not. No, we did not. I didn't get filled down there at 60, and then rushed back up here. So maybe you got out on the way back up. And we'll see what happens from here. Next level that we're looking at is up at 71. Definitely, market gave you opportunities to trade when we're hanging here for the last 10 minutes or so. Now we have this number coming out here in about 3 minutes. So let's be kind of flat. We don't like to have positions when numbers are released.
Well, the bond chart made a quick rebound, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. All right. Well, now we're having this quick flush down after going up to about 64 and change. So if you were able to hang in there, especially if you made the adjustment according to our blue band and our hourly there, should have been able to either get in a better price and or stay with the trade. Hopefully you're able to get in a better price. And giving us a nice rotation here. All right, so we are flat here with that up here at the top. We do have again the JOLTS report. Last bit of information the Fed is going to get in regards to unemployment or employment, depending on how you look at it. And that's going to come out here momentarily. So let's be flat here. Upside resistance up at 71. Downside support, I mean, if we crash through the blue band there, it could easily go and retest the lows. So our good first support level will probably be down at the 36 area. Yeah. All right, so we're flat. See what happens with the JOLTS report. And they're really not clearing up the ladder ticket that much. Let's see what happens here. It's out. Oh, Bonds didn't like it. Bonds really didn't like it. Whoa. Bond's still not liking it. Whoa. There you go. That bond market. Almost twice so difficult to trade. They went right down to the settlement price there in bonds. Bouncing back. Gave all their gains up in one little move.
We bragged on them too much.
Yeah, right. Look at that. Goodness. What a break.
The ES didn't even move.
No, they kind of just hanging here. I definitely do not like it in the bond market. Tens also crashed.
The tens did.
Yeah.
You keep the tens, 20s, and 30s up.
Just the tens and thirties.
Does
Yeah.
very many people trade the 20s?
No. No. They were talking about having a 50 at one point. Interest rates, before uh, before the crash, interest rates were kind of hovering at 6-7%, and housing prices were really high, and because everybody was buying stuff for with no money down, basically, and so they were talking about having a 50-year mortgage.
A 50-year mortgage?
Yeah, yeah, because like your
Housing
monthly,
market, yeah.
yeah, but people don't even live that long after the buy. Crazy. Bonds definitely not liking that number. I didn't think we would get such a vicious move in the bond market, and we are not doing anything. Yeah, it is what it is. Thought we were going to move. I thought it was going to make a move, but I didn't know which market. All right, 71. Yeah, next level that we're going to be thinking about coming up here. This is the overnight high right in here. If you're a little aggressive. Well, the overnight high just held just a little bit there. Came off that. Guess you're a little aggressive there. Sometimes I think that they're going to push it above or below overnight high or low, and they all seem to kind of hang in there. Well, overnight high held pretty good. Bonds, though, still kind of pushing new lows here, at least in the tens. All right, so nice rotation there off of that overnight high. Kind of holding our green band here on the rotation back down on their lows. They did not like that Jolts report. I think I try to find out. All right, coming back down here a little bit. Okay, let's see what the float report was. Can't find it yet. I'm quite on into it. All right, well, we're just kind of hanging here. They came off here a little bit. All right. Kind of just hanging around this upper range here, very, very quiet. They really pull the plug fast here these days. But that's what happens. And we have to be patient with it. Upside resistance up here at 71. They go nibbled at our at the 68 area. We did mention that it is overnight high. Maybe somebody jumped in there. All right, well, we're just kind of hanging here at these interim highs, kind of going nowhere fast. Bonds trying to cover a hero touch after that jolt support. I don't know if it's going to make any kind of decision on those interest rates, but who knows? All right, yeah, very quiet here. Again, this is this time of the year. The results will be out tomorrow afternoon with the Fed. Then we'll see what happens from there. Just trying to see if we break down a little bit. You see our blue bands coming there around 65, maybe a little support there if you're a little aggressive. 55, sorry. Yeah, it seems so. Just going back into this range. Seems like we're just range bound here. All right, again, just kind of waiting for something to happen. Don't know which way it's going to go. We got upside resistance of around 71, and the market just kind of hanging here. 20, 30 minutes. I'm going nowhere fast. All right, well, we're drifting down a little bit here. And nothing to get too excited about. Low support would be around 55. All right. Just not going very fast. Beware. Yeah, we're slowly drifting down here to the 55 area. Only here, a little bit bored.
Well, do you have snow on the ground?
Oh, plenty. Plenty. We had another, like, over the weekend, another 4 or 5 inches that came down. So, yeah, but today it's supposed to get warm-ish. Going to melt a lot of it. But yeah, I had to driveways, though. Only thing I got to worry about, had to make sure that was cleaned. But let's see. Yeah, it's already above 32 here, so we should get a little warm up. But
Phoenix, I was going to tell you, Phoenix sent me a picture of her backyard where usually there's a river that flows back there. It just looks like solid ice all the way across there.
Yeah, every time, this time of the year, that's what happens. But I'm looking at the weather. They're expecting snow. They have snow for the next 4 days here.
Oh.
That's crazy.
That's cold.
No, snow is not cold. That's 30s, okay? Because it doesn't really, if it's really cold, it doesn't really snow. Like if it's really now Saturday and Sunday, now we're talking cold. The high temperature is going to be 10.
10.
10. And 0 is the low, which probably means it's below 0. And then the next Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, the lows are going to be, according to this app, 0, -1 is a low on Sunday, 4 degrees on Monday is a low, 8 degrees on Tuesday. See, there's no snow those days. But they're expecting, I mean, according to this weather app that I'm looking at, they're expecting snow today, tonight, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then all of a sudden Sunday gets cold and there's no snow. And there's not a next warm up until next Wednesday, where it's supposed to get back in the 30s.
For you, I was going to ask you, for you, the worst winds is what, out of the northeast or the northwest?
It doesn't matter. Any kind of wind in Chicago with the weather at the, in the 20s or teens, it's a killer. It's a killer. It doesn't matter where it comes from. I mean, it is just cold.
My cousin that moved to Green Bay, she says, these people have got to be nuts to live up here.
Yeah. Green Bay gets it even. They get a lot more snow. Wow, that's nice there, Michael. Yeah, no, Florida's got a nice warm. Not here. Where are you? What's your temperature down there? Don, where are you at? Don, what's your temperature evening?
Down into the 40s this morning, 41. They're expecting 32 tomorrow, but our highs are going to be in the 70s.
Yeah, that's disgusting. That's nice.
Let's see, today we're 61 and 43 low right now.
Yeah, 61. That's nice.
Tomorrow's going to be 72 and 43.
Yeah, no, we're not going to be anywhere around that. Nope. Now, what I'll tell you, like I said, the next 2 days, warmish, even though they're expecting snow. And they're expecting snow, it's going to be in the 20s. Again, that's good snow weather. But then Saturday, I mean, they're expecting snow every day this week. Jeez. But today it's supposed to be, right now it's sunny and above freezing. So we're going to melt some of this snow because we're going to get more. I have to go buy some more fuel for my snowblower. I had this, I had the, it takes like special kind of fuel. I don't know. You have to go buy them from these comes in these canisters. And so usually I buy a gallon canister, but they didn't have them. So I had to buy quart canisters. Of course, they're more expensive, but
They're canisters or just gallon cans?
no, the canisters of special fuel that, I don't know, some
Oh, they're
combination,
propane.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they put in there, but
They just kind of screw in or screw onto the top.
no, I have to actually. It's a pour. I pour it in. It's just a
Okay.
different mix. You can't use regular gas.
Yeah, it's a 2-cycle engine then.
Yeah, right.
It's got gas and oil mixed.
So yeah, so I have to. And so I usually get a gallon of it, but they didn't have it 2 years ago. I had to buy these like quarters. And now I went through my last one. But again, I didn't use these things for 2 years, and they were still working.
Yeah.
But I ran out. I bet you everybody ran out. They have to go to the store and buy some more. Hopefully, they still have them. The hardware stores didn't even have to stock them for the last 2 years because we haven't had reason to.
You can mix your own.
Okay.
Okay.
Who are you talking to? I'm lucky I can screw a light bulb on, and you were talking about me making my own fuel.
No, you just get a gallon of gas and get some chainsaw oil, and that goes for what you put 1 gallon in there, and you open a little bottle and you pour it in there and you shake it up and you put it in fuel and it goes. It's the right mixture.
Right. And also, I also don't have a truck that you have in the backyard that you can do the same thing to and drive around.
A gallon of gas doesn't eat up a whole lot of space.
Okay, I'll just stick to buying the thing from the. Much easier for me than pouring it in. Hey, I'm glad that I can do that, and not have to get somebody to do my driveway is just a weird cut. We had somebody. I told you this story. We had somebody do my driveway. Some plow guy, and then he plows me in because I have this angled driveway, and they can't get the plow on one side of the driveway, which is my side, to get out of the garage. So we get this guy, and he cleans out the driveway, but I couldn't get out of my driveway. I couldn't get out of my garage. They threw all the snow on my side of the garage. I'm like, what is this guy, nuts? Oh, and we call him up, and I can't get to that side of the driveway. Well, okay, well, you're no help for me. Just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But we've had a lot of snow lately here. Need a couple warm days just to kind of melt some of the stuff so we have more room to put more snow on.
You need one of them deals like the guy from YouTube's got. He just goes out there and looks like a flamethrower. He just melts
that would
it
work. That would work. Now that you can use a propane tank. That would be perfect for that. Just walk around, melt it all down. And the problem is if you do that, where's the water? If it's cold out, it's going to freeze. Then you got another problem.
I wish you lived close. I got probably 2 or 3 gallons of that mixed fuel that I don't use, and I'd be glad to give you. Somebody gave it to me.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate it. Oh man, we really look at it. They just pulled the plug here. Well, it's not surprising. Waiting for the
bed name.
Yeah, I'll see what happens.
It looks like they're going to wipe the boards with it.
I don't know what they're going to do. Bond market here definitely didn't like the JOLTS report. All right, well, drifting slowly, nowhere fast here. There's not much going on.
Well, that's an understatement.
Again, this is the kind of trade, this precursor to, once we get past this week. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get excited about much here. Market's going to be like this. We're lucky if we get one or two trades. It is what it is.
I'm waiting for the big move, whatever it's going to be.
Hey, quick shout out to Roger E. Hey, Roger, did you ever give us a sound check? For those that are joining us through our socials, join us live daily, daytradingmarkets.org. If you want to learn how to trade better, follow the instructions on the bottom of your charts. Hey, Roger, I'm going to have to disconnect you. We're going to exit out of our socials. If you want to learn how to trade or trade better, join us. Follow the instructions on the bottom of the chart. Just put in daytradingmarkets.org. Daytradingmarkets with an S.org in your browser. Follow the instructions. Come